There isn't much time. Tonight at about 5 o'clock I'm going to have to get ready to go because I'm going to some person's house who I don't know to play some game and I don't know what it is. But upstairs in my house there's a game I do know what it is with some people I know quite well, some real people cards, and I really feel like it could finish at any moment. I feel like if I were to leave the house today and not touch base with those real people upstairs, I would not. The game could end without me. You know, and I don't necessarily mean they're going to come alive and sprout arms out of their cards and start moving the pieces around, but I feel like it's hard to explain. I mean, if you want to look at it in a physical sense, the cats could go up and bat at it because that's the kind of thing that cats do when you're gone. Or the spirit could leave the game because I haven't contacted it in a whole day. So I really feel like I've got about 50 minutes or so before I have to start preparing myself for departure. In that 50 minutes, I want to see what I can get done, and perhaps we'll see the end of this Protestant leg. You know, within 20 to 45 minutes from now, we'll go see. Regardless, my point is, it's time for the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament, Conquest of Gheos Earth. Oh, that pronunciation, Gheos, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it properly. But I think a lot of people would spell better if they didn't elide over letters. Like Ghost, I think would be a good comparison with Gheos. I think over time people got lazy and just stopped pronouncing the H. I think, and I have no basis for why I think this, but it just seems that could happen. That once upon a time, Ghost was pronounced Ghost instead of Ghost, G-O-S-T. But people just said it so fast that they didn't pronounce the H. And now we have spelling problems, and English makes less sense to people than maybe it once did. So I've tried to pronounce Gheos with the H to avoid that happening. I wonder if there are people out there who pronounce it Gheos or what the classic pronunciation is. I'm sure, knowing the folk who visit these boards and things, someone could probably tell me that it's Latin or Greek. It looks maybe Greek, and that it's supposed to be pronounced a certain way. I'm going to pronounce it Gheos, though, until someone tells me differently. Oh, another time limit thing. The battery is really low on the camera. I forgot to charge it yesterday, so looks like there's 27 minutes left of battery time, which should be nice for you all because maybe I'll have a little bit of a shorter video this time. Alright, every single person played a D6, and here's why. No one has a scoring chip or a huge opportunity to raise their terror level right now. The only person with a scoring chip is Lefty, and he really just doesn't have a lot of prospects. If he were to play a low action token, which is all he has, 2 and a 3. She has a 3. Smiley has a 4, which she could play, but she'd kind of like to get a 5 so she can eat some kittens. Bix Beetleman has some higher numbers, but he's returning to what he knows. Lefty needs a high roll to even get anything done. So there's not really a lot of purpose for anyone to try and go first this turn. So they're all going to do a roll off and see what they get right now. Okay, Beetleman gets the 5. She gets a 4. Roadrunner gets a 4. Smiley gets a 3, and Lefty's going to start us off with the 2. Alright, so Lefty had 2 basic choices on how he could proceed with his turn. He could have tried to get one person, yeah, I think 1 is the most he could have gotten, to the capital city to try and take it again. That wasn't a super likely prospect. So instead, he decided to go after the military base. What he didn't know is he could have also gone after this small town with a person and brought it up one. But this seems a little more secure to him, and he just didn't look outside of those two options. So he got rid of the paratroopers there. He got rid of a jet. He used a massive blob to take out these helicopters, which are bolstered by rocket scientists. And now Captain Fantastic has come back up. He's going to try and use his death ray to get rid of the captain. If he gets a 3 or higher, it will destroy them. And he did. So Captain Fantastic and his geologist friend are gone. And Lefty has taken control of the military base. I like that he went that route rather than going after the small town, because these military bases have kind of been hampering him throughout the entire game. And to be able to finally get rid of that, that obstacle here towards what I believe is going to soon be the end, it's nice. So I just want to point out the score here before I do some thinking. Lefty, like I already said a couple of times, is the only person left with a scoring chip. He has a power over the end of the game. If he decides to use if he can figure out a way to get more points than Roadrunner and Bix Beetleman this turn, during his Gheos turn, which would be really hard. I mean, he's got to get over 200 points in order to do it. He can decide to use a scoring chip and win the game. Now, it's very unlikely that he can do that. This is all he has for followers. His multiplier is higher than it's been, but it's still probably not large enough to do it for him. Alright, so Lefty and I talked about it. There was no way he could have gotten the points, as I suspected. He did so what he had to do is he put himself in a situation where he's betting on the epoch tiles not coming up, and he's gonna, hopefully be able to score more with this black civilization here. It's got quite a lot of cups. If he can get his multiplier up, there is a and if this civilization stays there, how it is, there is a chance that he could get the points in the future. We'll see what he draws, however, from the bag. The bag's feeling really sparse. I don't know if that's even possible. I don't know if he has any chance of winning, but he had to. Figured some chance was better than just ending the game. Ooh, a pyramid tile. It's not an epoch tile. Alright, it's Roadrunner's turn. First thing she did was she sabotaged the Fruge Beastkeepers, which just took Millionaire off the board. It's no longer in Smiley's care. They are gone. They go there. Next thing she did was she sent another person to this small town. Her and Smiley are going to have it out. However, before really any dice are rolled or anything can happen, Roadrunner uses the old "we come in peace" ploy, which causes the fight to be automatically won. And she has taken back all the territory that Smiley kind of snuck off of her. That's going to put her terror multiplier level up to 11, which is pretty hefty, just as large as Bix's now. So if there's looking at her followers, if those epoch tiles come up, that's really going to give her quite a lot of points. She could be winning this right now. I felt in the bag to be sure. There are 4 tiles left. 2 of them are epoch tiles. And it's really all about the pyramids at this stage of the game for everyone except Lefty. So it wasn't too hard of a choice for Roadrunner to decide to cause the black civilization to go extinct once more so that the white civilization could get access to their pyramid. It was really the only way she could get another pyramid in her camp. She's betting on the game ending quickly. Pretty safe bet. Let's draw from the epoch tiles right now. When I say epoch tiles, I just mean tiles. But this, except right now when I say that this is not an epoch tile. Alright, so when Smiley rolled this command die, when she decided to put the D6 down instead of using her 4, she gambled. And essentially what happened is she gambled and lost. She has 3 action points. There's really nothing she can do with that this turn. The game is probably not going to last another round. And so the furthest she can go is put a person in this forest. So she's going to just do that. There's no particular cards that are useful to her. She can't even eat kittens. She can't conquest anything. She's going to just have to hang tight, do her Gheos turn, and try and make some lemonade out of these lemons that the die just dealt her. Alrighty, so Smiley just threw down a wheat temple there, scored some points. Not a lot happened, but we will do this draw. 2 out of 3 of the tiles remaining are epoch tiles. That's what she gets. An epoch tile! Quick note before I do the tallying, I accidentally altered Lefty's score with the wheat temple instead of Smiley's. You can tell how giddy I am, though that's really just an excuse. I make these kind of mistakes all the time. So this is her score prior to the epoch tile, 396. All right, so if you look at these multipliers here, it's apparent what's going to happen. Actually, there are 2 possibilities of what could happen. One possibility is Smiley draws another epoch tile right now, because she's got to draw another tile to replace the epoch tile. You don't get to keep those. If she draws another one, the game's going to be over and Roadrunner will be the winner. She has the highest multiplier. She's in the lead. Yeah, this is how much she would score, another 88 points, which would clearly put her in the lead. The other possibility is if she draws the non-epoch tile, okay, she will get to keep that tile, and it will go on to Bix Beetleman's turn. Bix will then have his turn. He has 5 action points to try and get his multiplier up high enough and get things going in Gheos in such a way that he can win when he inevitably draws the last epoch tile on his turn. I don't know if that's even possible, and I don't know if he'll have the chance. We're going to draw right now and see what Smiley gets. This is either going to be the end of the game, or the game will end on Bix Beetleman's turn. Epoch tile. The game is over, and Roadrunner is our winner.